Now please welcome Deputy Administrator John Halinski, who will share special remarks and lead us into a moment of silence to commemorate the exact time of the first plane striking the North Tower. Following then, we will watch a short video that tells the stories of members of our TSA family and their experiences in 9/11.
Thank you for joining us today on the 11th anniversary of 9/11. I'd like to thank the BWI Honor Guard for presenting the colors and Tabitha Massenberg for singing the national anthem. For those of you here today who lost families, friends, colleagues, and neighbors on 9/11, our thoughts and prayers are with you. Today we come together to honor the thousands of innocent people who lost their lives in New York, Virginia, Pennsylvania 11 years ago. We also pay tribute to the heroes who, when faced with unimaginable acts of terror, reacted with courage, thinking not of themselves, but of the safety of others. It is woven into the history of America and the fiber of the American spirit that when tragedy occurs, we rise up and answer the call to help one another and defend our nation. Few agencies can point to a moment in time and say, this is why we exist. 9/11 brought about the creation of TSA. 9/11 grounds us, it pushes us forward, and it makes us want to do better for future generations. Each one of us here today answered the call by joining TSA. Some came in the very beginning when the memories of 9/11 were still raw. Some came later, including new employees joining TSA today that were only about 8 years old at the time. Many of us don't have a personal connection to 9/11 beyond the memories of watching the events on television. And soon we will welcome employees who have no personal memory of 9/11 because they were not yet born. But today will always be a day to remind ourselves of why TSA was created and the role we play every single day. Through our Historian Project, we have collected and shared 9/11 stories of TSA employees who were in the building that were hit and survived, who knew people who were killed and injured, or who were emergency responders on 9/11. Some inspirational stories are from people who had no personal connection but came to TSA because it is a way to make a difference. The stories and memories are an inspiration to all of us, and I encourage you to visit the exhibit in Mission Hall to look at the photos, the videos, and content on the 9/11 iShare page today. By next year at this time, we will have a permanent memorial at our TSIF to honor 9/11. Every day, more than 60,000 TSA employees come to work, united in their commitment to defend our transportation system and protect the American people. Time and time again, Americans have proven their strength and resilience. When airports reopened after 9/11, people got back on airplanes. Some did it because they had to, others did it to show that they would not cower to terror. As years have passed, many travelers had had to push the thoughts of 9/11 and terrorism from their minds when they enter an airport in order to travel for work or pleasure. While we are focused on a threat that is very real, the public's fears have changed from a focus from terrorist acts on airplanes to anxiety about flight delays and getting trapped for hours on the tarmac. But whether they acknowledge it or not, when they enter the airport, they put their faith in us, each and every one of us, to keep them safe. Whether they say it or not, they appreciate arriving safely at their destination because of the work we do. Today and every day, it is our personal responsibility as TSA employees to never forget what happened on 9/11, to honor the people who were killed that day by our dedicated service in support of our mission, and to inspire confidence in who we are and what we do through constant displays of hard work, professionalism, and integrity. Thank you all for your support of our mission and service to our country. Now please join me in a moment of silence as we mark the time when the first plane hit the World Trade Center.